Hello everyone, I'm Undead Horde and welcome back to my channel, and we are here on day lordy 34 of the Undead Horde only account. So we've been kind of account just for a little bit. We completed one mission already. We're gonna speed along here through some of these, because today we have we got something exciting going on in this video. As most of you know, it is a 2x summon event on ancient shards right now, and I decided I bought a pack. I'm not going to say how much I spent, but I put a little bit of money into it so I could get some shards that I could summon into for today and kind of spice up the video a little bit from what I normally do. It's been a little bit since I pulled a good amount of shards on this account, and I'm feeling pretty lucky. I did summon some on my other account, but you guys are going to have to just wait and see what happens. You're going to have to just wait and see what happens there. On my free-to-play account, that video is going to be coming out, well, soon. It'll be coming out just a few hours after this video drops here. So, but it's exciting. It's exciting. Let me tell you what, there are definitely some decent pulls that happened there. So I'm very excited to show that off. And you guys should definitely stick around or subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and turn on notifications to see when that video drops and get a good look at the polls. And I hope this video here can produce the same amount of excitement that video does. Oh, glitchy. So it is late. It is 11:30 at night that I'm doing this. I have not eaten dinner yet. I'm very hungry because I hate these late work nights. And oh my goodness, and these could change. It could get even later, and that would suck. But, so, yeah, I don't get out of work most nights. I don't get out of work until like 9:15 to 9:20ish. And I live 25 minutes away from my job site. But obviously it's winter here in New York. So we got snow and slush and things like that. Not too bad right now, but it's still out there, so you got to be more careful. And our car is kind of shit, so that's always a lot of fun too. And so it takes me probably a solid 30 minutes to get home or something like that. 35 minutes to get home from work with all the conditions and stuff going on. So I don't even get home until like 10 o'clock at night. And I got to put the kiddos to bed, and so, you know, I put the big kiddo to bed, and she wants to hang out for a little bit since she hasn't seen me really all day long. And so I'll lay down with her and we'll watch some videos together and things like that. So I'm like, I watch anime every once in a while. Just a few here and there, but I'm getting into more, and I don't know what type of audience I'm talking to, so I'm not going to drag on too much about it. But she will, on occasion, has been getting more into watching some of it like with me, and not necessarily like full episodes or things like that, but she likes to watch like fight scenes and whatever else. And so we'll lay there and we'll watch a couple of those, and then time just slips past. And so part of it's definitely on me that happens, but it's, you know, I'm spending time with her and stuff like that, so it's not that big of a deal. So I don't even get done till like 10:30 at night. But then I got to log into the accounts, and so if it's like, you know, like a void only video that I'm doing that night as well, then I got to get the account prepped, and I usually go through and complete the daily missions of that account and take a look at it. So it might take me like a good 20 minutes just to get the account set up for the video. So now I'm starting until like 11 o'clock. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. I love doing it. Please do not get me wrong. Don't think I'm sitting here like complaining. I'm not. It's just, this is what I'm doing to do this, just so people have an understanding of the commitment I'm putting into this channel for, for the people and for myself and stuff like that. And it's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's late nights, but I'm going to stay up anyways. I really am. If I don't have to go to work until 1:15 and I can survive on just a handful of hours of sleep, then I might as well just spend that time making videos and getting them ready for you guys. So, yeah, it's it's a life. It's not bad. But the one crappy part, is the food. Is if dinner isn't made, and it's usually not, when I get home, then I have to figure out what I want to make myself, and it gets very difficult to have the motivation to be cooking at 10:30 at night. It really does, and you're not even really supposed to do that very much because, well, if you're gonna do it, you got to stay up for a certain amount of time to let it burn off, and this whole thing. So I wanted to make the sweet and sour chicken again tonight because I actually have rice tonight to go alongside of it. It wasn't very, very filling last time, but adding the rice alongside of it should make it a lot more filling. But then I've got to make a whole new sauce, and the sauce doesn't take forever. It only takes like 5 minutes or so to make the sauce. And it's like the entire process, and then the rest of it's like chicken goes inside the air fryer, rice goes inside the microwave, and so that can all be cooking at the exact same time as I'm making the sauce. And so really it's like 10 minutes in total I should have the entire dinner put together. But it's just like I have to wash the pot, and it's a whole, I'm just lazy, guys. It's 10, it'll be like midnight, okay? By the time this video's over, it's going to be midnight. And so do I really want to spend like 10, 15 minutes cooking at midnight? The answer is really no, but I don't have all the other options. The other option is hot dogs, but we have no buns. I don't even think I have any white bread in the house because that's what I normally use would be white bread. So it's like, I don't know. I'm just going through them. I could do cereal, but it's not very filling. So I got to eat like a few bowls, and I got like a bit of like a lactose thing going on. And so if I eat too much of it, my stomach might hurt in the middle of the night, and then I got to get up and deal with that. And looks like we got a bunch of easy arena fights today, which I'm super grateful for, because as you know, I hate arena fights. Yes, I do. And also make the video go by a lot quicker, and we like quick because we want to get to the good stuff. Nobody cares about this boring stuff, but we have to do the boring stuff to get to the good stuff. Okay? Are you following along? Because I'm not. I am exhausted. Mentally and physically exhausted. I went to work an hour early today to help out my boss with the incentive, by the way, of $50 that I never got. She texted me. I woke up this morning at 9 o'clock. Actually, great wake up time. So the plan was I was supposed to go in today at like 1. Supposed to go in today at 1:15. Well, my coworker has been sick, and so I haven't been able to go in at that time. And so he wasn't able to come in. It's been like a whole thing. And so I'd already agreed that I would come in at 12:15 just in case if he couldn't make it in and stuff like that. And then my boss, so I woke up this morning to a text from my boss, and she was like, hey, $50 incentive if you want to come in at 11. And I feel bad because I don't want her to feel like that the only way that she can get me to come into work is by incentivizing me with money. But I also do understand it because she's asked me to come in at least an hour early every single shift that I've had this week, which I guess is good for me for the money, but at the same time can be a little hard on the old body and stuff like that. And it's, which again, I used to work a lot harder jobs. Let me tell you what, I used to put in the work and things like that. And I've worked like 16-hour days, and so it's not necessarily like a problem for me to do it. And I'm talking about doing like a 10-hour shift. It's just boring. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, you guys, or like lie about it. The reason why it's actually harder for me, not necessarily harder, but why I feel less motivated doing a longer shift at this job versus like other jobs in the past where I was doing 16-hour shifts, is because it's boring. It can go by quickly, like it does. Usually the first couple of hours speed by and stuff like that, and the last couple hours do. But it's not the most exciting job out there. It's retail. What are you gonna do? So it gets a little hard for that reason. But yeah, but then I texted her this morning, and I'm like, well, I just got up. I said, the old lady still needs to wake up, and then I'll see what we can do. Because, so if I need to make it to work at like 11, I need to leave my apartment by like 10:30. And so at this point in time, it was like 9:10. So that gave me an hour and like 20 minutes to get her up and ask her, get the kids, dressed and fed and ready to go, get myself, dressed and fed and ready to go. Like an hour and 20 minutes doesn't seem that bad. If you have kids, you could understand my struggle a little bit. I have she's 11 months, almost a year old. She's like 11 and a half months old. And then we have a 3-year-old. And she can be a little hard to wrangle in and stuff like that. And so it's just one of those things where it's also just like, I'm groggy in the mornings. I'm pretty slow, and so it's like that too. Then I got to go clear off the car. I got to make sure that's done. We've had mice issues. So I've been checking the mice traps in the morning and getting rid of those. But the outside dumpster has been full. It's been just lovely. So either way, we did it. We were like ready by like 10:15 to leave. So we did it like in advance. We were fine, but sometimes it can be very difficult, especially if we have the third child. I don't need to bring too much up about the third child, but we have a third child. That's not ours, that we just help babysit, but he's here often. So it's a whole thing. But but anyways, to go back to the original point. So I texted her. I'm like, yeah, gotta get everybody got together and ready, but and see if I can do that. But so I said, but I'll see. There's a good chance that I could do it. And then I said, and I shouldn't have said this. I said, oh God, it's gonna be a long day. And you know what? It is. And I don't think that part was necessarily the issue. I think the issue was the fact that my next text was, I shouldn't complain though, knowing the shifts that you do. And it's like, my boss has gone through a lot longer shifts these last couple of days with my coworkers being sick and stuff like that. And so she's put in like more like 12, 13, 14-hour days. And so, and I wasn't necessarily complaining. I was trying to be like a bit sarcastic and kind of like banty with her and stuff like that, but she really didn't take it that way. And I think by me saying, oh, I shouldn't complain, it's what like really screwed it up. Because like, I could have just said, oh, I'm just joking around, or I'm just being sarcastic or whatever, and probably would have been taken a lot better. But I didn't say that. I didn't do that. And so it didn't get taken very well. And so because it didn't get taken very well, she was like, I'll survive until 11. I'm like, or so I'll survive until noon. And I'm like, well, now I feel bad, right? And now I feel really, really bad at this point in time, because I want to go in. I want to help her. I don't necessarily want to go in, but I do want to help her. I don't mind coming in early to help her out and stuff like that. And, so I feel really bad at this point in time. And so I shoot her a text. I'm like, you know what? Yes. I told her I'm still going to come in. And then, I did say I don't need the $50 to do so. But she is a type of person that would just still give it to me anyways. And, and I'm really wondering if she just took me to heart when I said I didn't need it anyways. And she's like, all right, fine, I'm not going to give it to you. but she didn't really say anything on it at all. I said, I said that. She didn't answer me at all. And so then I went out and I had to go up to Walmart because we had to pick up diapers and get them food and stuff like that before I went into work. And so we did that late. Later on this morning, we did that and stuff like that. And so I was like leaving Walmart at like 10:50 and I'm still like 15 minutes away from work. So I texted my boss. I'm like, hey, I'm going to be late. I said, had to stop by Walmart, get diapers and stuff like that. But I said, I'll be there in, about 15 minutes or so. She's like, and then she texted me not too long after that. And she's like, oh, no problem. Take your time. So I'm like, cool. You could answer that text, but you couldn't answer the previous text because I need to make sure that you're not mad at me. Because now I feel bad because I'm stupid. I don't know what to call it. My bantering, like I say things sometimes and it just comes across as like really bad, and it's not meant to be. Like I'm just trying to like joke around, but sometimes it really gets taken like I'm being like overly serious, and I'm really not. It's just me trying to joke around, trying to get like that witty banter out of somebody else, and it's just, but then people will just take me like too seriously. I'm like, I'm just trying to be sarcastic here, people. Anyways, enough with that crappy story. We got ourselves 15 ancient shards. That's right. We got 15 chances at getting something good here. Oh, let's hope for something big. So, 2 times chance on epics and legendaries. But we are still doing we still got the undead thing going on. So, we are really, really, really hoping for just one even semi-decent Undead Horde champion, even if it's a rare. I don't know how many good rares there are left. But epic-wise, like Vogoth would be great. I don't know. Oh, Annex would be really cool to have. Mausoleum Mage could be pretty good. And then like any legendary. All right, let's crack into it. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, nothing. Not a singular one. Not a singular one. Are you kidding me? Well, some of these guys might be at least okay for the future to hold off to the side, so I guess that's good. All right, we're going to start slow cracking them, I guess, and just see what happens here. Oh. We're just going to ignore that. It'll actually be good to have him because then I can put him in the Guardian empowerment thing. So I guess that's good. It's not what we wanted though. It's not looking good here. All right. We got 2 more left, and the only thing we've seen so far is a double. I got to make slot. I got to make space to add 1. Let's see if I can let's get some space added in here. Man, that was really disappointing. All right, let's see. Okay. Now let's see. Actually, let's take a look at the faction guardians. Let's see where we're at with this. We have 2, but one of them is the one that we already have. We want to take you out. We want to put you in. We want to confirm. Then we can add these two in and we can confirm on that. Well, at least we're getting somewhere, at least a little bit with it. Not great, but it's somewhere. All right. We have one more. Okay. Okay. We have a new one. We have a new one. It's not. She's probably not very good. She's got 20. She's got 28 reviews. Oh, they're all mostly positive. Okay. Attacked one enemy has a 30% chance of stealing one random buff from the target. Okay. Attacks 4 times at random. Each hit has a 50% chance of placing a leech debuff for 2 turns. I like that. And then place a 25% increase attack and a 50% increase crit rate buff on this champion for 2 turns. Grants an extra turn when Seducer's on the team. Whatever. It's fine. It's cool. Ascended, it goes up to a 50% increase attack and a 30% crit rate increase, which is quite nice. But it's, nothing crazy. It's on a 4-turn cooldown, fully booked. Books don't seem too bad on her, though. Alright. It's a new champion that can be used. I have to see where I want to use her, but it is new. It's shiny. It's not as cool as it could have been. Like, I was hoping for a big moment there, and I did not get it. Not like the other account. So, I guess it happens. Sorry, guys. I tried to have a lot more happening in this video that just didn't take place. It does feel bad, but what are you gonna do? Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like button, comment down below. Please hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. And I will see y'all in another video tomorrow. Peace.